Hello? Where am I? What am I? Who am I? Stanley's id, his superego? Kurt Vonnegut's poorly drawn ghost? Huh. I don't know. And what am I supposed to do here? Okay, well, this is what I heard a little while ago. The bitch is a damn brouhaha, man, and I set her loose in your world. It's all my fault, but I'm not gonna let evil Emily win. She'll get her comeuppance, and I know she's here somewhere with all the other idiots, said Mr. Sparrow. All those idiots who have no idea what's going on in your world. I'm Enda. 9. I think it's 9. I don't know what it's called. Stanley? Stanley?
What the? All right, it's a weird world. 9. Opernplatz. Germany's #1 party, and Wirecard sums up Germany's superiority complex. Be a fubbaroo. Bullseye! So, Mr. Sparrow and I were in the park next to Opernplatz, and he had a large drone flying a few hundred meters over the square. And yes, that's totally illegal. But he was flying it, not me. And I don't know where or from whom he had got the drone. The CIA, the NSA, some other alphabet soup agency. But it was equipped with a camera. I mean, it was an amazing camera. You could focus on, I don't know, if someone was like playing with a nickel, you could, see the year of the nickel. That had face recognition. And no, it wasn't from DJI, not like my drone. No, this was the real deal, and it was searching for Emily. He was searching for Emily, the evil Emily. I got the witch, said Mr. Sparrow. She's sitting at the table right in the middle of the first roped-off section, and she's with that big guy, King Kong, the one you kicked in the balls. Nice beard. I asked him what we were supposed to do now. F if I know, he said. You've got the gun. Finish her. I told him this wasn't Mortal Kombat. What the F was he thinking? And I didn't have the gun with me. Of course I didn't. Even so, it's not like I could kill evil Emily. Maybe I could shoot Kong in the leg because he was a dick, but I wouldn't have been able to kill the prick with the perfect beard. He really did have a nice beard. He really does. I don't know. And no, I'm not jealous. Oh, okay, maybe a little. Opernplatz. Yeah, it's the biggest party in Germany at the moment. And it was raging, as it has been for weeks. And why not? There are hardly any cases in Germany, and these schmucks, they don't give one flying F about anybody but themselves. I'd probably be the same way if I were 20 years younger and only thought with my... those were the days of wine and roses, Mr. Dowson. Mr. Sparrow, dressed in a striped suit like a wannabe business... I shouldn't say that. He looked over at me with his first-person view goggles on and smiled. This isn't a damn video game, Stanley. This is real life. You'll have to grow a pair and take action. I told him he could just as easily take her out. But I'm not that kind of guy. You are, he said. Come on. Get on with it. We don't have all day. Huh? You again? Well, I told him, I'm not a killer. I told Mr. Sparrow I wasn't a killer. Hell, last week had been the first fight I'd been in since I was a teenager. And I still felt... I felt embarrassed for getting my ass kicked, really. Nothing happened that evening. What could I have done? We packed up his drone and went to the pub and got drunk. Maybe I've become too damn German from living over here for so long. Don't get me wrong, I love my Deutschland, I do. She has given me more than I could ever possibly pay back. And I'm not talking money because God knows that I've given Germany piles of cash and taxes. But what a beautiful life I've led over here. And until last week, I never once had to worry about physical harm befalling me. Befalling me? Whatever. But an easy life makes a man lazy, makes him slow to react, and maybe that's why I didn't run away when I had the chance and just stood there like a dolt and took my beating. Hey, Seuss! I must step in here. Stanley's it. Gotta say a few things. And that guy at the beginning, he was the moralistic superego, a damn bore. That Wu flu was spiked in my hometown of Destino, California this week because there's a damn election coming up, right? Let's cook the numbers like we cook the books and let the Fed continue buying up corporate bond ETFs. And eventually they'll be buying Amazon stocks and we'll all be debt slaves to phony money. But here in Frankfurt, hardly a Kufer at all. And all the revelers at Opernplatz don't give an F and never really have. And they probably think the Wu flu skipped Germany because the government acted early. It didn't. But hey, they're so smart. There's a veneer of guilt in Germany because of World War II, but underneath that thin layer of, oops, sorry about that Zyklon B thingy, the Germans still have the world's biggest superiority complex. God, they really do. Everything they do is the best over here. It really is. And the rest of us, we're little more than heathens. Or not heathens, but rather, we're uncivilized because God never baked bread like the Germans. So they flicked him off like a crumb. And good luck finding a real bakery here anymore. I think the last time I checked, there were less than a score of them in all of Frankfurt. Just like Wirecard. Wirecard, oh yeah. What a fraud. Wirecard sums up Germany's superiority complex par excellence. It's the best until it's not. And where was BaFin, huh? Where was the regulator? Oh, they were in bed with Wirecard. Just bullshitters everywhere you cough. I mean, look at all the Egypts filling Opernplatz every evening. And I was there doing recon with Mr. Sparrow and behaving as if I knew something that others didn't, acting as if I were special. You know, Dr. Tedros, Fauci, bullshitters. Do you ever feel trapped by the person you've created? You know, do we create ourselves? Come on, you know you're just a bullshitter too. Mr. Sparrow and I didn't do a thing that evening, no. You know, as I said, we just, drank 3 or 4 too many, and then he disappeared, saying he'd be back soon to help me out with the evil Emily situation. He has no idea where the real Emily is, the Emily I know, the one I don't know, I'm not in love with her, of course not, but, well, he doesn't know where she is or her brother. He fears that the evil Emily sent them to another world where they're trapped. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Sparrow, he was seduced by the evil Emily. What a dick, but I could understand. I understand that. Yeah, so I went back to Opernplatz a few days later in the early morning, imagining the evil Emily sitting there with King Kong. Yeah. It's just moving very slowly. I hope you have a good week.